In a recent report, Sky News highlighted a surprising trend. The UK passport is now considered one of the worst value passports in the world. Once a symbol of privilege, the UK passport has slipped significantly in global rankings. But what exactly makes a passport valuable? Today, we'll break it down by looking at factors like visa-free access, the cost of issuing a passport, and its overall validity. We'll explore how some countries, like the UAE, are making their passports more valuable for citizens, while others, like the UK, US, and Canada, are facing increasing criticism for high fees and diminishing returns. Stay tuned as we look into the details and find out where your passport stands in this global ranking. Passport value is determined by three key criteria: visa-free access, cost, and validity. Visa-free access measures how many countries a passport holder can visit without needing a visa. A higher number of visa-free destinations increases a passport's utility and global reach. Cost refers to the price a citizen must pay to obtain or renew a passport. Countries with more expensive passports tend to rank lower in terms of value, especially if this cost is a significant portion of the average citizen's monthly income. Validity determines how long the passport remains effective before requiring renewal. A passport that lasts longer provides better value, reducing the frequency of renewal costs. These criteria combined provide a comprehensive picture of how useful, affordable, and durable a passport is, helping to rank different countries' passports in terms of their overall value to citizens. Now that we understand the criteria for evaluating passport value, let's look at an example of a top-ranked passport. The UAE has made significant strides in improving the value of its passport, making it one of the most powerful in the world today. Ranked highly in terms of visa-free access, UAE passport holders can travel to 184 countries without the need for a visa. This impressive number is the result of the country's strategic efforts to secure visa agreements with nations worldwide, including many African countries that most other passports don't reach. In terms of cost, the UAE passport is priced at £10.82, about $13 to produce, and is valid for 10 years. When compared to the average monthly income, it's a small fraction of what citizens earn, costing around 37% of a single month's salary. This low cost, combined with the long validity, makes the UAE passport an outstanding value for its citizens. The UAE's focus on efficiency and governance is also reflected in the passport process. Rather than overcharging for bureaucratic reasons, the country aims to provide citizens with a streamlined and affordable experience. This sets the UAE apart from many Western countries, where passport costs are on the rise. After examining the UAE's top-ranked passport, it's clear how their approach to visa-free access and affordability sets a high standard. But how do European countries compare when it comes to passport value? While many European nations offer significant visa-free access, they differ in terms of cost and validity, which affects their overall ranking. Take Spain, for example. Spanish passport holders can travel to 194 countries without a visa, more than the UAE. However, Spain charges around £26, about $34 for a passport, valid for 10 years, which represents only 1.28% of the average monthly salary. This makes Spain's passport both accessible and valuable for its citizens, contributing to its high global ranking. On the other hand, Lithuania, despite offering visa-free access to 185 countries, has one of the more expensive passports in Europe at £43, about $56. While this cost might be higher, it's still considered manageable, representing just over 3% of a monthly salary. Several other European countries, including Poland, Estonia, and Hungary, also rank well due to their strong visa-free access and reasonable passport costs. While many European countries maintain a balance between cost and access, the story is different for several Western nations, where passport value is steadily declining. Countries like the UK, US, and Canada have seen their passport rankings drop, not because of a lack of visa-free access, but due to rising costs and other factors that impact overall value. The UK, for instance, now charges £88, about $116 to renew a passport, yet it only offers visa-free access to 192 countries, slightly below that of Spain or South Korea. Though this may not seem like a drastic difference, the rising fees have made the UK passport less appealing, particularly when considering its costs now represent nearly 3% of the average monthly income. Similarly, the US passport offers strong global access, but with high costs and added complexities like worldwide taxation on its citizens, its overall value diminishes. Canada follows a similar trend, with a passport renewal fee of £93, around $122, contributing to its lower ranking despite visa-free access to 185 countries. These rising costs reflect deeper bureaucratic inefficiencies in many Western countries, making their passports less competitive in value compared to nations that prioritize efficiency and affordability, like the UAE or many European countries. As we've seen, many Western countries are experiencing a decline in passport value, largely due to rising costs. But why are these costs increasing? One major factor is government bureaucracy. In countries like the UK, US, and Canada, the fees charged to citizens often exceed the actual production costs of a passport. This is largely due to the bureaucratic systems in place, where the additional funds are used to support administrative expenses and inefficiencies. Another contributing factor is security. Many nations are incorporating more advanced technologies, such as biometric data and enhanced security features, into their passports. While these measures increase safety, they also drive up the price for citizens. Lastly, inflation and general cost of living increases play a role. Governments may raise passport fees as part of broader efforts to generate revenue, passing these costs on to citizens. As a result, the cost of obtaining or renewing a passport continues to climb. While rising passport costs are concerning, the true value of a passport goes beyond its price. A passport represents far more than just a travel document. It's a key to global mobility and personal freedom. For many, the real value lies in the opportunities it unlocks, whether for work, education, or simply exploring new cultures. A high-cost passport doesn't always mean high value, as we've seen with countries like the US and UK. These passports may offer extensive visa-free access, but they come with additional burdens such as taxation and regulations that can limit the benefits of global mobility. Conversely, countries like the UAE offer passports with fewer restrictions and more freedom for citizens to travel, work, and live abroad. The true value then comes from how well a passport aligns with your lifestyle, goals, and the freedom it affords, rather than just its price tag or visa count. While visa-free access and passport costs are important, the true value of a passport also depends on the obligations it imposes on its citizens, two of the most significant being conscription and citizenship-based taxation. These factors can greatly reduce the desirability of even a highly ranked passport. Conscription, or mandatory military service, is a key concern in some countries. Nations like Israel require their citizens to serve, and there are growing discussions about bringing back conscription in places like the UK and US. This obligation can be a burden, especially for those who may disagree with the policies or actions of their government. Being forced to risk your life in military service is an additional cost to citizenship that many overlook when considering passport value. Citizenship-based taxation is another significant factor, particularly in the US. Unlike most countries, which tax only residents, the US taxes its citizens no matter where they live. This means that even if you live abroad and don't use the benefits of US infrastructure or services, you're still required to pay taxes to the government. This global taxation policy reduces the true value of a US passport, making it a financial burden for those living overseas. In contrast, countries like the UAE offer more freedom in this regard, with no personal income tax for citizens living abroad. This makes their passports more attractive for those seeking fewer financial and legal obligations tied to their nationality. Ultimately, conscription and taxation policies can turn a high-ranking passport into a much less appealing option for global citizens. For individuals seeking greater freedom and fewer obligations, exploring alternative citizenship options can be a viable solution. One popular option is obtaining citizenship through investment programs. Countries in the Caribbean, such as St. Kitts and Nevis, or Dominica, offer citizenship by investment programs where individuals can obtain a second passport by making a financial contribution to the country. While these programs have increased in price, some now costing around $200,000, they offer numerous benefits. Caribbean passports typically grant visa-free access to a large number of countries, including Europe's Schengen area, without the heavy taxation and obligations imposed by Western nations. Citizenship by descent is another alternative for those with ancestral ties to countries in Europe, such as Ireland or Italy. This option allows individuals to reclaim their ancestral citizenship, often without significant financial investment. A European Union passport offers extensive visa-free access, freedom of movement within the EU, and in most cases, no global taxation. For those interested in long-term residency with a path to citizenship, countries like Portugal offer golden visa programs, where investing in property or businesses can eventually lead to citizenship. These programs provide an attractive alternative, combining flexibility with the potential for permanent residency. By pursuing alternative citizenship options, individuals can escape the financial and regulatory burdens of their home countries while gaining greater freedom to live, work, and travel internationally. I hope this video gave you valuable insights into the true worth of different passports and what factors influence their value. Whether you're considering a new passport or exploring alternative citizenship options, understanding these aspects can help you make more informed decisions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos on fascinating global topics. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you might have. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world.